Hello. Hello everybody. Nice. Let me know if you can hear me. Just waiting for some people to join the stream. So nice. Nice. Hello everybody. So today's video, or first episode of Peach Hills, today we are going to be making the house from Encanto, aka Casa Madrigal. So yeah, I think I'm ready to make it. Also, I made these two Sonic statues. These are pretty cool. Hopefully you like them. Alright. So that is where I'm going to make the house from Encanto. So let's do it.
Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make Casa Madrigal, aka the house from the movie Encanto. This is the amount of space required to make your build. Feel free to make this grid in your world if you do feel as though it will help you out. And here are all of them. Throughout the build. Please do make sure that you have access to all of these. Step 1, if you have made the grid, come all the way over to the front left hand corner of it and count right from the corner 2, 3, 4, 5, and then inwards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is the starting position. Begin by placing a brick on the ground, and then 5 to the right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extend forwards by 2. 1, 2. Right by 3. 1, 2, 3. We then want to place a cyan concrete. Leave a gap, or better yet, destroy a block in the ground, replace it with bricks, and then on the other side of the gap, place cyan concrete. You can raise these cyan concretes up by 2 if you like, whilst we have them. But we then want to continue extending right of this cyan concrete just down here at the bottom. We want to extend right by 4 using the bricks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Extend back by 2. 1, 2. And then extend to the right by 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just like that. Next, we are going to extend that 9th block back by 1. Right by 2. 1, 2. Grab the yellow terracotta and place 4 yellow terracotta on top of the end brick. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then extend in 1. Up by 3. 1, 2, 3. And let's just leave it at that. Now let's continue extending the bricks backwards, which we are going to do by 15.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're now going to extend this brick inwards by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Grab your lime terracotta and extend the brick outwards by 2. 1, 2, extending towards the back. Then extend to the right by 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then extend forwards with bricks by 3. 1, 2, 3. So the end result should look like this. And whilst we are here, we are going to take the corner of lime terracotta and extend upwards by 19. 1, 2, 3, 4.
19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 19. And we can extend to the right and also forwards by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we can also extend forwards by 6 as well, actually. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we can just extend across and then extend backwards. So we just end up with what will later be kind of a tower shape. So in doing this, we can now come all the way back down to the bricks at the bottom of the build here, and we want to extend across the back of the build by 20.
20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Just like this. We then want to take out the birch planks and extend upwards by 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We then want to
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
extend left by 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
We then want to extend in one using a pink concrete, and then up by 2, 1, 2. We also want to extend down one as well, and these pink concretes want to extend to the left, and the idea is that they would connect to the lime terracotta that we placed earlier. So if we were to extend some of the lime terracotta down, then you can see that the pink concrete would in fact connect to it, although that is something that we can work on later, but I just wanted to show you that these things all do connect together. And speaking of connecting together, I also want to raise up this corner block of bricks here, and I want to extend it upwards by 8 using birch planks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And extend all the way over to the right, and extend the birch planks that connect to the pink concrete down. So the shape that we have is this. So it's getting a little bit complicated, but I think that we're actually making it rather easy by separating this all into simple shapes. And now that we've done that, we are going to come over to this side, and we are going to join the base of the build together. So to start with, we are going to extend the bricks forwards at the base of the build here. We want to extend forwards by 18. 1, 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We then want to extend inwards by 2, 1, 2, and then we simply just want to connect all the way back to where we started. But that isn't quite all, because we want to take the birch planks that we have up at the top of the build here, and we want to extend this corner forwards by 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then across
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
by 9 also. 1, 2, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we can extend back, and we can make a solid shape like this. We can even extend the corner down here as well, because this will inevitably be its very own shape. And in addition to this, we want to make a chimney, so where the birch connects to the bricks, we just want to move backwards a row, and we just want to have 2 rows of birch planks that extend up out of the ground next to this, and it's going to extend all the way up, and it will eventually be a chimney, but we're just marking that out for now. And believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, we've actually made some good headway with the build. So the first thing that we are going to do now is we are going to build up the front of the house, as we have effectively marked out everywhere else except the front. So come all the way over to the front left hand side of the build. We're looking for this block in particular here. I think this was the first one that we ever placed. Well, on top of this, place 3 birch planks, 1, 2, 3, followed by 5 yellow terracotta, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. Extend the 5th yellow terracotta to the right by 15, 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We then want to extend it down, so we want to extend it down equal, or better yet, we can extend the bottom block across here, and then extend this upwards. And then we want to take this entire row of yellow terracotta and extend it backwards, just an entire row. We then want to take the top and the bottom and extend to the right by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to take the 2 end blocks and just connect them together. So we will end up with a shape that should look very much like this. So we also want to have birch planks below here as well. So on the opposite side of the entrance area, we also want to have birch planks which will extend up and connect. So basically just on top of this row of bricks we can place 3 rows of birch just like this, although it is a little bit more complicated than that, as on the end of the row of birch here we want to place a pink concrete, extend that forwards a row, extend it up by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then place 3 light blue concrete on top, 1, 2, 3, extend left by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we want to copy what we have, so extend down by 2, and then extend down using the pink concrete until it is level with the opposite side, extend this backwards, and we kind of just want to extend backwards.
Check out the released playlist on YouTube Music. Refresh to end.
The rows of pink, and those will kind of just flow into the house. So we want to connect the bottom 2 rows of pink together, just like this. Then we're going to add a row of pink behind the second row. We then want to place a row of birch planks on the left and right. They want to be 3 rows high, and they want to connect together at the top, leaving enough space for a little doorway. Then, above this, or actually, as a matter of fact, we then want to just place pink concrete in front of the top of the door. And then we want to add light blue concrete to the top here as well. So just underneath the top of the... This looks like a medieval helmet, so I don't even know what I'm looking at. So we then want to place light blue concrete just underneath the top. And this is the sort of shape that we should end up with. So in addition to this, we also want to have a couple of windows just down at the bottom here. So if we start from the bottom right hand corner birch plank here, we want to move left by 1, 2, destroy the spot, the one above it, leave a gap of 1, 1, 2, perfect. So that is the sort of window arrangement that we want to have. And speaking of window arrangements, I want to come all the way over to the left side here where we have the yellow terracotta. And I want to add a yellow terracotta in the corner of this empty space, extend right, and then down. This will leave us an empty gap. We then want to leave a gap of 3 going right, 1, 2, 3, and then we want to add a vertical row of yellow terracotta. Now on the right side, which is what I have the measurement for, I don't have it from the left, on the right side here, we want to have 1, 2, 3 rows of vertical yellow terracotta. We then want to leave a gap and then fill the remaining area in like this. Then we want to reduce this space, so we're actually going to reduce the space by 1, 2 at the top, and this is what we should have. As a matter of fact, I mean, that might even have to be a little bit higher, and that should be okay. Perfect. So yeah, that's looking pretty good. So this is what we want to have so far. Now, not only do we want to have this, but just on the left side here where we have the birch plank area, and I realise this is lots of little tricky bits of like counting and stuff, guys, but hopefully you're keeping up. So on the left side here, we want to take the bottom of the birch plank row here, extend right by 1, 2, and then connect up, and then back on itself, so we kind of want to have a little square. We then, to the right of this, we want to have a 2 by 2 empty space, so from the top, 1, 2, 3, and then extend down, and this will just all be windows. Or maybe we won't, we'll have a little single window here actually, and then on the right side here, there's actually a hanging lantern, so we will have just a double high window. Extend the birch planks forwards and then across, just like this. So all the way across to the right of the door. Then we're going to extend these birch planks forwards here, and there is a little window just right in the middle. So we're going to take the top, we're going to connect left, we're going to take the bottom, we'll connect left, and then we just want to have 2 birch planks just here, extending towards the window. And that is looking pretty good so far, ladies and gentlemen. We just have loads of little details here and there, but we should work on the entrance actually. So the actual entrance where the door is going to be, and I'm just going to momentarily get rid of the birch planks and the bricks, and I'm going to grab warp doors and black stained glass, because there is going to be an actual door here, and then black stained glass just up above. And then left and right of this, so plain glass, because there is going to be an actual door here, and then black stained glass just up above. And then left and right of this, so left and right of this, we want to build up acacia planks, so we want 2 of them on either side, just next to the door. We're then going to place acacia stairs facing outwards, and then upside down ones facing inwards. Acacia slabs on top, joined together in the top, extend the middle one. We then want to place upside down acacia stairs, just extending outwards from the acacia planks, and then we want to place acacia planks underneath the upside down stairs, and this kind of just sets the scene for the entranceway. So now that we've done that, I actually want to add little bits of detail on the windows and stuff, just so that it kind of like brings things together a little bit. So it would also be a good idea actually to add some of the roof. So that's going to be made using spruce stairs, spruce slabs. We'll grab some lanterns whilst we're at it, acacia fence, birch fence. We need the acacia trapdoors, and something that I did forget because it's such a minor material is we do need the birch slabs as well, but literally only 3 of them. So, okay. Where we have the actual like window holes on the, and we'll start from the bottom and we'll go across and then like go up to the top and go across. So on the left side here, we need a window. We need actual like we need blocks to place the trapdoors on. So we're going to place black stained glass, and then we're going to place acacia trapdoors on the black stained glass. We need we need blocks to place the trapdoors on. So we're going to place black stained glass, and then we're going to place acacia trapdoors on the black stained glass, and then remove the glass. It's just a little bit easier, I find, to place the trapdoors onto something. So instead of actually having glass for the windows, this is what we're going to have instead, and and then remove the glass. It's just a little bit easier, I find, to place the trapdoors onto something. So instead of actually having glass for the windows, this is what we're going to have instead, and it just works quite nicely. So there we go. And then moving across, we want to have this as well. But not every single empty space just wants to have trapdoors on it. Some empty spaces are a bit different, but for the lower level, it's pretty much entirely trapdoors. And then if we move up to the left-hand side on the upper level, we're going to once again fill this little 2x1 space in the trapdoors. This is kind of like a balcony / open window, so we're just upper level. We're going to once again fill this little 2x1 space in the trapdoors. This is kind of like a balcony / open window, so we're just going to place the acacia fence across the bottom. This window right here, we're going to place a glass and then a trapdoor. On the right side here, where we have this kind of longer space, this taller space, we're going to just have an acacia fence. Here, we want to actually have the middle be a window, so we're going to place the trapdoors, birch slabs in front, and then we want to have birch fence in front of that. And then above this empty gap here, we're going to place the trapdoors, birch slabs in front, and then we want to have birch fence in front of that. And then above this empty gap here, we're going to simply place birch fence. And this is pretty much it for all of the windows on the front of the build. So now that we have done that, I do want to start adding in a little bit of a roof section. So the roof, let's start again. We'll start on the left and then we'll go across again. So on the left here, we simply just want to have spruce stairs just above the window line, just like this, nice and simple. And we also want to have, so we really should extend the birch up here, just above where we have the door, because it will make it easier to place this. Then we want to have spruce stairs just around the top of the entrance, and we might even have to have it stick out a little bit. So on the sides, we want to the spruce stairs wants to hug the actual birch planks, but the actual spruce stairs, like on the front, wants to overhang the door by one. So we can then add some spruce slabs, and also for many cases, the roof is going to be one layer of stairs, maybe two, depending upon where we place it, with then a layer of, and this does want to taper as well, by the way, so we'll just place it next row in front, and you can see that that overhangs nicely. Here as well, so let me just fill this little area in with yellow terracotta. Here as well, we also want to have stairs, so the stairs sit on the side of the birch, but they do want to extend out in relation to the pink concrete, so like this, and then we can place some spruce slabs underneath, and if we come under this, of course, then we get kind of like a nice little this, and then we can place the stairs sit on the side of the birch, but they do want to in relation to the pink concrete, so like this, and then we can place some spruce slabs underneath, and if we come under this, of course, then we get kind of like a nice little depth arrangement. And then here we just want to place what set of stairs we just want to continue the slabs. Yeah, we'll just nice little depth arrangement. And then here we just want to place what set of stairs we just want to continue the slabs. Yeah, we'll just continue the slabs with just this part, and that's looking pretty good, if you ask me. The upper part here, so where we let's actually grab the materials. So the upper part here, where we have the light blue concrete, this has a little square roof. The width of this is 5 rows, so we want to extend backwards 1, 2, 3, 4, across, and then forwards. The part here where we have the light blue concrete, this has a little square roof. The width of this is 5 rows, so we want to extend backwards 1, 2, 3, 4, across, and then forwards. And then we're able to simply just place spruce stairs around the edge of the light blue concrete like this. So think of it as kind of like a tower, which we have a few of actually with this build. And then I chose to kind of just place a few rows of spruce slabs in and above this. Probably just 2 layers of slabs will do, unless you really do want to make it into like a spire. But that look, rows of spruce slabs in and above this. Probably just 2 layers of slabs will do, unless you really do want to make it into like a spire. But that looks pretty good. Well, where necessary, we will fill blocks in later, like we'll extend the relevant blocks backwards, because like it's not always necessary to extend like all of the light blue backwards, and it's not always necessary to like extend all of the pink backwards, unless you do plan.
You started with a K-pop dance tutorial, and now you're a Blackpink superfan. With YouTube Premium, you get those tutorials uninterrupted, and you get a dedicated music streaming app.
Use the entire inside the build, but then that's a completely different story, because then you may want to have some walls open. But as long as from the outside everything works together, you can see the yellow terracotta here, for instance. Like if we take that, so the yellow terracotta, and we extend this backwards, then you see that negates the need to extend. And by the way, that is what we had to do with the yellow terracotta. I should point that out, really. Like this just wants to terracotta to have some walls open. But as long as from the outside everything works together, you can see the yellow terracotta here, for instance. Like if we take that, so the yellow terracotta, and we extend this backwards, then you see that negates the need to extend. And by the way, that is what we had to do with the yellow terracotta. I should point that out, really. Like this just wants to extend backwards along the actual bricks that we have already. That's for the lower part, and then for the upper part, like we just want to extend these 3 rows backwards as well. And we kind of just want to mirror what we have on the front. But you can see that in doing this, that negates the need to have the pink here, which would give us more interior space if we did so need it. So, you know, you don't have to be so quick to fill absolutely everything in. So, in doing that, I think that we should just continue kind of like working around the build, but it's worth mentioning that we have to add a little bit of roof to this section as well. So, the first section of roof, which is made using spruce stairs, it sits like this. So like where the yellow terracotta extends inwards, this is where the roof sits, and the spruce stairs wants to overhang or hang off of the build like this. So just go all the way around, and this will inevitably connect to the lime terracotta that we will have, which means the top of this, we're going to just fill the top of this in using spruce, and then above and outside of the yellow terracotta, we are going to just fill the top of this in using spruce. And then above and outside of the yellow terracotta, we are going to have the spruce stairs. So it would be easier if this had something to grip onto, but what can you do? And then this will inevitably connect to the lime terracotta. And we can now fill in these rows of yellow terracotta just at the back here, and that will be lime. So actually this end row of yellow terracotta will also be lime. Let's take a look at it from the outside. Yeah, we'll just extend this up and then that should work out rather nicely. And now that we've done that, like continuing sort of like working around, this might be one of the rare occasions where it is actually worth extending all of the lime terracotta up and down. So I think it'll actually make things a lot easier if we do exactly that. So we'll literally just connect all of the lime terracotta where possible. So that would be what, about here? So we'll take all of the lime terracotta, that might actually be a row short, I think it is, that's fine. We'll take all of the lime terracotta and we'll extend it down into the actual house itself, and then where need be we can shave off rows. So I haven't designed like a full interior for this build. Like, it's almost impossible. Like this, it's incredibly difficult to get like an entire full view of the build. And as much as I possibly tried, like even the set, cartoon and movie houses are not designed in such a way that like the inside of the house, it's almost like a TARDIS. Like it is so big in there that the inside doesn't match the outside, if that makes sense. So I've made this at such a scale that like a full interior isn't possible. But I have made kind of like the courtyard and the kind of like rails and the entrances to people's individual rooms, which is pretty cool. And then if you like, you can fill in the rest. But I thought that was very important to get right. And like I said, unless I made this house literally like completely out of scale, like it wouldn't fit into my city where this is ultimately going, or more likely your city as well, like it'd kind of like, it'd be like a really, really strange scale if we wanted to actually make the full interior. But that's unfortunately just something that we do have to deal with movie houses, and more so even specifically like animated houses. They're not designed, you know what, they're really not thinking about us when they design these houses. They don't really make it possible to get every little bit of detail. But regardless, I think I've done a pretty good job anyway. So we now have a giant lime terracotta tower, which is cool because it's kind of like a nice centerpiece to the build. And I want to join a couple of things to the tower as well. So like this pink concrete, for instance, that we have here. So we want to take the top corner of this and we want to extend this forwards, and we want to join it down to the birch planks, but it wants to stop one row short of the birch planks that are in front of it. And then we can join the pink concrete to the tower, and we can add a couple of rows of pink concrete underneath, just like this. And we also want to have, we might even have to drop this an additional row actually, so we're going to drop the pink concrete an additional row, I think. And we might even have to drop the birch, but regardless, we'll just leave it at this now because I just wanted to kind of like connect things together. It might actually be quite helpful to add a roof line to this as well, as a matter of fact, because I don't want to make it wrong and then have to reverse some things. So the very top of the roof actually begins, and this would be easier if we had planks. They're not necessary, but it's just easier. The top of the roof begins here, so it's literally like the top of the roof is on top of the yellow terracotta that we have at the front. So if we extend some spruce planks backwards here, then this just gives us a better idea of what we're working with. Because there is also kind of like a hole in the middle of the roof as well. So knowing that this is where the spruce plank line is here, and I would recommend you do this yourself, just place some spruce planks on the front where we have the yellow terracotta, extend backwards into this tower, extend the spruce planks left so that it is level with the corner, and then we want to extend forwards by 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8, 9, 10. And then we
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
want to extend back, and this will connect. So we do have to drop the birch planks. So let's do this. So we have to drop the birch planks one row lower, like this. Okay. And then that's perfect. So well, let's do another row so they're actually physically touching something. So there we go. Perfect. So what we can then do from here is we can place birch planks just underneath and in front of the pink concrete. And this is what I'm talking about. So this space that you can see right here is actually going to allow us to make the courtyard. So this is like the outline for the courtyard. And if we just add in, if we just fill in some of the spruce around this, it will make it even more apparent that it's like a big kind of like square hole in the middle of the room. So as long as you place spruce planks on top of the actual like yellow terracotta area, and you don't place it anywhere else, so like we can add a couple of rows here. So like as long as the spruce planks don't overhang anything, then that's perfectly fine, because this has to be filled in anyway. So we'll just add some spruce planks here, and there we go. So that is so much better. So that gives us a good gauge on like where things go, because now I can tell you, for instance, that now that we've done this part, that we have 2 windows, or actually, hang on. So where we have this birch plank area, we leave a gap of 2 on the right, and then we destroy a row of 2. Actually, place 2 acacia trapdoors next to each other, leave a gap of 2, place 2 acacia trapdoors next to each other, and then destroy what's behind, flip these up, and then we have 2 windows. Then, with the pink concrete, we want to leave a gap, so starting from the bottom left pink concrete, 1, 2, 3, move up, trapdoor, destroy the blocks behind, flip these up. Perfect, nice. We want to leave a gap, so starting from the bottom left pink concrete, 1, 2, 3, move up, trapdoor, destroy the blocks behind, flip these up. Perfect, nice. So what we can then do from here is place spruce stairs around the top of the pink concrete, and then this will connect to the back of our tower. And then what we're going to do, we're going to add another row of stairs. I don't think so. I think that we're going to stick with these slabs. So we'll fill the top of this in using slabs, and then we will do some work on the birch board that is connected together. I'm sorry that this is a little bit erratic, ladies and gentlemen, but I mean, this build kind of is, right? I mean, the house itself is a little bit erratic, it's a little bit crazy. So now that we've done that, around the top of the birch area, we are going to add the spruce stairs, and then on top of that, we will do some work on the birch board that is connected together. I'm sorry that this is a little bit erratic, ladies and gentlemen, but I mean, this build kind of is, right? I mean, the house itself is a little bit erratic, it's a little bit crazy. So now that we've done that, around the top of the birch area, we are going to add the spruce stairs, and then on top of that, we will fill in using spruce slabs. So extend this around here, we'll fill that, we will fill in using spruce slabs. So extend this around here, we'll fill, actually, yeah, that should be fine. So it should be fine to, it will be fine, and because we can always just reverse it if we need to a little bit. Fill, actually, yeah, that should be fine. So it should be fine to, it will be fine, and because we can always just reverse it if we need to a little bit. To fill this back wall in using pink concrete.
Try our all-new flavour, Kiwi Sublime. Grab an energy hit, Mother Energy.
Like this. Perfect. Oh, hang on. There we go. And then we'll fill the top of the birch plank area in using spruce slabs. And we are slowly but surely actually piecing this build together, which is quite cool. So instead of like, I didn't expect us to build it in this particular fashion, but you know, things end up the way that they end up. So we still have some lower housework to do, but I guess if all of the upper part is done, then that's just less to get to in the end, I suppose. So there we go. So now. Oh, that looks pretty good, right? That looks pretty good, and we'll leave that at that. Like, we'll work on the rest of the roof and that a little bit later. I want to work on the actual lime terracotta part here, which is what we set out to do in the first place. So this actually requires a few different materials. We need the iron bars. We need vines, which is another material that I actually forgot, because there's a bunch of like just materials that we don't need very much of, and they're very specific to different parts of the house. So on the front of the tower, there's kind of like an indent. So materials that we don't need very much of, and they're very specific to different parts of the house. So on the front of the tower, there's kind of like an indent. So leave a gap of 1 from the bottom, destroy the 3 middle blocks, and make it 4 rows high, and then fill in behind this using your long tower. There's kind of like an indent. So leave a gap of 1 from the bottom, destroy the 3 middle blocks, and make it 4 rows high, and then fill in behind this using your lime terracotta. So just like this. We're going to add some vines around this, and these can drape all the way down to the actual roof of the house. Above where these slabs are here, we want to have spruce stairs placed in this fashion on every single one of the 4 corners of the tower. So it's kind of like, I'm not sure what the purpose of this, it's kind of cool, it's like a nice depth. That is just half a row above the roof level on the left here. There's kind of like a mustache. This reminds me of a face, and this is kind of like a mustache. It's iron bars above where we have the hole here, and then we extend the middle one up. And then if we leave a gap of 1 above the iron bars, and then a gap of 1 again moving left, destroy, and the same thing on the right, then we kind of have like eyes, a nose, a mouth, or mustache or something. It kind of looks funny. And then around the top of this, we are going to add another row of lime terracotta, only so that we are able to easier add a row of spruce stairs, and then we will start to taper spruce slabs inside of this. So we'll have the spruce stairs, and then spruce slabs slowly but surely extending upwards and inwards, and until we're happy with the amount. So half a row up each time, we'll just keep adding these. And at a certain point, maybe, and until we're happy with the amount. So half a row up each time, we'll just keep adding these. And at a certain point, maybe the next layer I might do, that might be as high as we need to go. So I think that this is going to be the highest. The middle block actually has to have a stone wall on it, so that doesn't work out, so that's fine. So stone wall, maybe 2, just to make it a bit more visible. Kind of looks like a robot but half a row up each time, we'll just keep adding things. And at a certain point, maybe the next layer I might do, that might be as high as we need to go. So I think that this is going to be the highest. The middle block actually has to have a stone wall on it, so that doesn't work out, so that's fine. So stone wall, maybe 2, just to make it a bit more visible. Kind of looks like a robot but from the floor it doesn't. I don't know. I think 2 might be too much. Hang on. One will do. One will do. So that's looking pretty good, right? Yeah, that's looking pretty nice. So now that we've done that and we've walked up the roof, so that's robot but from the floor it doesn't. I don't know. I think 2 might be too much. Hang on. Stone wall, maybe 2, just to make it. The middle block actually has to have a stone wall on it, so Oh, that doesn't work out, so that's fine. So stone more, maybe 2, just to make it a bit more visible. It kind of looks like a robot but from the floor it doesn't. I don't know. I think 2 might be too much. Hang on. One will do. One will do. So that's looking pretty good, right? Yeah, that's looking pretty nice. So now that we've done that, and we will the roof will probably be the last thing that we do now. Let's just move around here. He says that, but then on the back here we have to fill this in using birch plank, so we have to turn this into a solid shape, and then a roof will go around here. We've definitely got to fill in the left side of the build, so we're just filling all of this in with birch planks, ladies and gentlemen. So on the proper actual left side of the build, we've got a little bit of detail to do. There is a balcony, we've got the chimney to do, that we already made a little bit of. We've got the roof to fill in, but I actually can't believe it. We've made a really good amount of this house. So let's get this filled in. There's not really too much detail, or at least I'm unaware if there is too much detail on the back, because as much as I looked, I couldn't really find too many, like, actually none. I could find no images of the back of this house. So whether I didn't look well enough, I don't know. I sat and combed through the movie, but I couldn't find it. So if you do know of a detail that I missed, please do add it. But that is what the back of the house looks like so far. That will be a little bit more detailed with roofing. But now for this part, this has a load more detail that we have yet to add. So the first thing that we will do is extend the birch planks backwards, and then across, and then back again. And this will kind of form the lower part of the build. This isn't as detailed as the upper part. So the upper part, we're going to extend the the yellow terracotta backwards, so like this, onto the build. To fill the rest of this sort of like siding using birch planks. So let's extend this off all the way up to the top of the yellow terracotta, and we might have to remove some of this actually, but we'll just see. So we'll send that off, and then we will extend. So let's take these spruce planks that we have up above, we'll extend these across so that they sit on top of the birch. But I think that they're going to have to overhang even more. But let's add the little balcony in here. So the spruce stairs here, we're going to extend these back and join to the part of the build that we just made. Now above this, we need pink concrete, and we are going to have 2 rows of pink concrete that kind of just extend all the way around the side here. And they are going to stop, and we are going to have 2 rows of pink concrete that kind of just extend all the way around the side here, and they are going to stop 2 rows short of this chimney. So we might even make it 1 row short. We'll stop 1 row short of the chimney. So here we just want to have 2 rows of pink concrete. There is a little window here on the front, so this is made using 2 acacia trapdoors stacked on top of each other. We'll destroy these, place the acacia. Then above this, we want to have spruce stairs. So we want to, yeah. So these spruce stairs are going to extend out by 2 rows, and the spruce stairs is, it might even put in concrete. There is a little window here on the front, so this is made using 2 acacia trapdoors stacked on top of each other. We'll destroy these, place the acacia. Then above this, we want to have spruce stairs. So, do we want to... Yeah, so the spruce stairs are going to extend out by 2 rows. And the spruce stairs is... It might even be easier to do this first. If we grab acacia fence and place acacia fence... Place acacia fence around the edge of the pink concrete. And then we want to have spruce... Not like that. Then we want to have spruce stairs above and outside of the... Or above, literally just above... fence, and then fill the top of this in using spruce slabs. That looks pretty good if you ask me. There we go. I told you, a little bit more detail on this part in particular. We have to add, we should add the roof as well, because it helps to kind of like fill some of this in. So the roof here wants to literally stem from, does it actually want to start a little bit lower? I think that there's actually a couple of levels of the roof. So yeah, that's the top of the roof. So the first part of the roof, am I correct? Yeah, I am. So the first part of the roof wants to start from the top of the pink concrete here. We're going to have spruce stairs, and they're going to extend all the way left over here. And the roof is going to overhang the little mini balcony roof by one, and then we will extend this back and back. So tricky. So back, and then we want it to kind of like fold into the. So tricky. So back, and then we want it to kind of like fold into the house a little bit. What do we want? Yeah. So tricky. So back, and then we want it to kind of like fold into the house a little bit. What? Yeah, we'll have it fold into the house, and then it will start to extend around, just like this, and it will just connect to the back, and then, there we go, so that's perfect. And then this little part here we can just fill in using spruce slabs, and then to the back, and then there we go, so that's perfect. And then this little part here we can just fill in using spruce slabs, and then this part here. So this part's a bit tricky because I think we might add another row of spruce stairs to this, and then this part here. So this part's a bit tricky because I think we might add another row of spruce stairs to this, and then this brings us up to the spruce level. So all we have to do, unless this wants to overhang an additional row. No, it doesn't. So we're going to shave off these spruce planks here. My bad. These probably should have always been stairs. So we'll shave off that.
won't stop moving up. Why won't it stop moving? Cut it out. Cut it out.
Spruce planks. We'll replace these with stairs across, so we've got 2 layers of stairs, and then the top of this is simply going to be planks. So that is how the roof functions like that, and that is that particular side of the house done. Actually, there's not really anything left to add. On this side of the build, however, we are going to add another layer of spruce stairs above and inside of the house done. Actually, there's not really anything left to add. On this side of the build, however, we are going to add another layer of spruce stairs above and inside of the spruce stairs. So we'll shave off that layer of spruce planks. We'll replace these with stairs across. So we've got 2 layers of stairs, and then the top of this is simply going to be planks. So that is how the roof functions like that, and that is that particular side.
Won't stop moving. Stop moving. Stop moving.
the house done, actually. There's not really anything left to add. On this side of the build, however, we are going to add another layer of spruce stairs above and inside of the spruce stairs. So, like this, here, and then we'll just fill the top of this in using spruce planks. And then that'll be the roof done, actually. So, really shouldn't make too much of a big deal out of it because it's all connected together rather nicely. So, nice. There we are. So that's actually all of the roof section fully complete at this point, ladies and gentlemen. I reckon that now all we've got to do is just add some minor details. This looks so cool. We've just got to add some minor details to the actual house itself around the outside, then we can just work on the little bit of the courtyard inside. So I want you to come all the way over to the chimney section over here. So for this chimney section, we are going to dig out these bottom two birch planks and plank.
This cursor keeps moving by itself, so I'm gonna do this. Hopefully it will stop. It's not gonna stop. It's not doing. I hate this controller. Stop it, 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 stop it. You stupid controller! This controller will not listen to me. I just want to get a new controller. Oh. Stop. You have been warned. Stop. Nope. Still doing it. Oh. 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 There we go. Managed to fix it.
Bricks in front. Then we will place birch planks on the inside of these two sticky out blocks. So on the inside of the bricks and then backwards. We're then going to place 3 rows of birch on top of this. So we have a nice 3D chimney. Flower pots on top of everything that we've made. And then iron bars stemming from the back right hand top corner of the birch planks, and then we want to just kind of like extend the iron and then iron bars stemming from the back right hand top corner of the birch planks, and then we want to just kind of like extend the iron
Stop, cursor. You have been warned. Why? What? Will this controller just stop? Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop.
That is a profit. That is a profit. That is a profit.
Alright guys, I'm gonna end the video here, so I'll see you guys tomorrow.